to the No Practice Podcast, where we cover the only sport in the world where there is no practice. With your mini rod driving host, Adam Kester, Tyler Slaw, and Chase Richardson. Strap in for some debates on the world of pulling, exclusive special guests, and a whole lot of nonsense BS. The No Practice Podcast starts now.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's January 8th of 2025, and this is the No Practice Podcast. I am your host, Adam Kester, with my friend Tyler Slaw there, and you can obviously see we're missing one. Chase Richardson is a little bit under the weather, so it's just going to be me and Tyler tonight, and maybe another guest at some point in time. But how's it going, Tyler?
It's going good. It's very strange not to have Chase here. I feel like I might as well take this dry erase marker and I can just throw it away because we will not be adding any Chase interrupts tallies to the board for the first time ever. I believe Chase has missed one show before. This is now two. I don't believe you or I have ever missed a show, Adam.
That's right.
So we have perfect attendance. I would almost say he's missed three shows, basically, because that one where he sat in the bar the whole time and his audio was so terrible, it would have been better if he wasn't here. But nonetheless, the show must go on.
Somebody's going to carry the flagship, right? Me and Tyler can do it.
People asking, where is Chase? What was it, Adam? Did he have a court date with some sort of custody dispute for a child that he just found out about or something?
I don't know. It's hard telling with him. He could be a variance of things. As far as we know, he could be on a date right now and saying he's sick. I don't know what he's doing, but he said that he's sick. I guess we'll just wait to see what information we will never hear from him about. But we'll just have to do it without him. Maybe we'll get somebody else from that so-called famous UD Motorsports to help us out on this podcast tonight. I mean, it looks like Donald's been getting a lot of traction on Facebook there.
Yes, anybody following the UD Motorsports Facebook page sees Donald climbing to the top of representation there. And it's finally coming out that, Donald is basically Chase's boss. And behind the scenes, he's calling all the shots. So that's good for people to see. He might not have a shirt on all the time, but he's got his head on straight, and he's guiding Chase with all of his leadership. So, Matthew Bell, how's it going, guys? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Good seeing you guys again. It was nice taking a little break with Christmas and New Year's falling on a Wednesday, but it's also good to be back. Christmas and New Year's, Adam, how was it? What did you do?
Well, like you said, being in the middle of the week, it was kind of odd for me, but coming into Christmas there, I worked up to basically Christmas Eve, and then my family came in a little early this year. We kind of celebrated Christmas a little bit early with Ashley and Craig coming in, and then we actually drove down to Tennessee and hung out there for a few days, and then came back and kind of hung out at the house. And New Year's we went over to our friend's place and hung out there, and did the watch some football and waited for the ball to drop, and then with a 2-year-old we came home because he was tired. So, but it was nice to relax for a little bit. Basically worked New Year's Eve. This time of year really busy, so I try to get as much work as I've done, but try to give enough time for the family, and
of course. What was I believe it was a year ago roughly where you got on here bragging about your bidet as your Christmas gift.
I forgot about that.
What was your best Christmas gift from this past season?
They're all really good. Honestly,
you got to pick one, damn it.
Well,
come on.
I'm trying to think here. I got some really good presents from everybody. I think my mom got me a smoker for some mixed drinks, which, that's a new thing to me, drinking like whiskey and bourbons.
Smoked cocktails.
Smoked cocktails, yeah. It's a little box you can put stuff in. It's pretty neat.
the beverages are getting so elaborate that you literally take
Yeah.
wood and you kind of char it and get it to be smoking. And then the idea is that the smoke kind of enters the fluid of your
Infuses.
beverage and
Infuses.
infuses, you say, the smoke into the beverage. Okay, how is it? How are smoky beverages?
Pretty good. I ain't gonna
Have you
lie.
Have you tried a smoked Bush Light?
No, maybe we'll have to do that tonight. Maybe
I,
just put it in there.
I think you're going to have to try that at some
I'm
point.
gonna have to set the smoking box up on the end because it's shorter.
Uh-huh.
Like I know there's all kinds of different varieties of these things. They got the the top of the glass and a box and all kinds of like little domes that you can put on them and whatnot. So I have to stand the box up on end. It's got a little hose that runs over with a little motor on it. You put the chips in there, you light them up, and it sucks them in there, and you let it sit for a few minutes. So maybe we will put a Bush Light in there.
It sounds pretty elaborate, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So maybe it's very interesting. No bidets. That was definitely and to be told, we have never used that bidet or put it on anything. I don't know if you have one or not, but I'm not in touch with
one of my friends also got me one, kind of half as a joke, but they say cleanliness is next to godliness, so
Yeah, well,
you got to do what you can down there.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm just not the correct way. It's just we don't have heated water around here, so I'm pretty sure we're not shooting any cold water up there for sure. And that's all I gotta say about that.
You're a smart enough guy. If you can figure out a mechanical fuel system for a blown motor, I bet you could figure out in your basement how to tie in some hot water to that baby. But
supercharged.
You might want to get a little thermal mixing valve and make sure it's not too hot, or you'll be feeling
you're like exactly what I'm an engine builder and fuel system guy. I am not a plumber, even though I have to be sometimes.
That is plumbing, though.
Yeah, we need one of those instant hot water heaters. Sorry, that would definitely
careful. Tradesmen really don't like the term hot water heater. They refer to them as water
heaters. Yeah,
they say you don't heat.
It's
water.
It's like the unsweet tea. How do you unsweet the tea? Right?
Yes.
I always ask people that. How do you unsweet tea?
There's some plumbers that get very offended when you refer to it as a hot water heater. They're like, that's how I know you're just a DIY guy.
So okay, Tyler, is it a garage opener or is it a garage closer?
A garage opener. Yeah.
Sure.
You know why I say it's an opener is because I feel like more often than not, you'll open it and then you'll close it once you're inside your garage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I got
you. So you're a guy that, in is in, out is out. Not
yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
But so some people around here say that's a garage door closer because truly a door should kind of almost pick itself up till it's. I know this. We're getting off into a
we're going
wormhole here of nothingness, but it's
because
it's all how you see it, buddy.
Yeah, that's true. Well, my favorite gift that was kind of pulling related was my father surprised me and he got the billboard wrap from Nashville, Illinois, from Holzhauer's, and I was featured on the billboard, and somehow he got that big, huge, 20 by 14 or whatever it is. He drove down to Nashville, Illinois, and he talked to somebody, I would assume Brad Holzhauer, and he got that and boxed it up and gave it to me as a birthday present. And so I plan to hang that up in my building.
Explain to me how those. I've always you see them putting them up in sections, right? So what is the material of those? Because sometimes they look like they're ripped. Like when you're driving by and they're ripped. Is it more like a tarp with printed stuff on it?
It's almost like a super, super heavy duty like canvas tarp.
Okay.
So like the thing's massive. Like just it folded. I don't know how many times up in this box. It's all folded up nice, and I'll bet this thing weighs like 65, 70 pounds.
Jeez.
just the wrap of it. Like it's huge, but I'm looking forward to getting that hung up in my building for sure.
That's sweet, man.
Pretty neat. I don't know how he pulled that off, but props to Farmer Bruce on that. I was pretty impressed for sure.
That's a very unique gift.
Yeah. Bruce, if anybody knows him, he's usually, a pretty nonchalant gift giver, but That was quite something for sure. So speaking of Nashville, Illinois, are you going to be going to the Pullers Championship?
I guess we'll find out because don't the fans have to get you in there?
Well, there's usually some invites right out of the gate. I didn't know if you got one of those or not.
See, I'm not a previous winner, so I guess they wouldn't just do that. But I have to wrangle the troops. Maybe I'll get enough fan votes to where they'll. Last year we got 2 tractors in. I was really happy about that, and I kind of called them and I said, "Hey, just put the 3rd tractor together for the year. It's kind of like the first time out. You mind if I come run it?" And they were very welcoming to me. Bringing the 3rd one. I didn't want to bring it if I truly wasn't voted in or anything, but they thought it was good for the show. So I'm very thankful for them because it's nice to go an hour and a half from your house and, run for competition, but actually get to run the vehicle and just make sure it's ready to go for the season.
Absolutely. So. And Jason Schultz hitting up the comments there with thepullerschampionship.com where you can go vote for Mr. Adam Custer to take part in that.
So you don't have to vote for Tyler because he's already in.
Well, I was a big enough jackass that I rolled my tractor over, and they were like, we got to get this idiot in there again to do that because the crowd loved it. So
right on. Yeah. And I guess you could vote for Chase. I mean, it looks like he's really been pushing the social media stuff here lately.
Yeah.
With the UD Motorsports. I know Donald's putting the D in the UD. So it looks like they're really hitting that hard. You might want to vote for him. I mean, it looks like they're selling a tractor, so there's only one to vote for. So,
and speaking of the Richardson stable and selling a mini rod, in Chase's absence, I believe we may have a 3rd man in the ring, Mr. CJ Graic, joining us. CJ, how are you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm just wonderful. I'm so glad to be here.
Yes, it took quite a bit of.
Yeah.
It took quite a bit of peer pressuring on our end to get you to join us in Chase's absence. We insisted the people love you, the people want you, and I believe your wife played a role in pressuring you into this. Is that correct?
A little bit, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Write this off, CJ, of this is your company exposure. So
what?
Clarkson Auto Sales.
Yeah.
Mr. CJ himself. He's working hard.
Here we go.
Yeah. So, for those tuning in that don't really know CJ he runs with Chase. Chase's stablemate, runs a mini rod with him. And CJ, we had talked earlier about what Chase was probably up to tonight. I questioned if he had a court date because of an illegitimate child of some sort. Can you speak to that topic at all?
I'm not allowed to because of it's what the attorneys say. We're not allowed to go into it.
Yeah.
A later date will reveal it, but it's a big deal.
He's kind of under, what do they call that? A non-compete or you can't talk because
like a disclosure thing.
Yeah,
non-disclosure.
Yeah, we all signed it. And
NDA. He's got an NDA because he's recently retired from UD Motorsports, coming 2025.
Yeah. It's over.
CJ, how is pulling with Chase? What's your favorite part about it?
Donald. I would say for sure it's Donald.
Donald.
Yeah.
Is that his middle name? Because we're asking about Chase.
Well, just pulling with Chase and getting to be around Donald. That's what makes it great. But the thing about Chase is just knowing that you're never good enough.
Yeah.
That's what I appreciate with him because, he just always lets me know that.
When you're not feeling bad about yourself, he'll remind you how good you are.
Gives me somebody to look up to.
Yeah. That's nice to always have that, for sure. And CJ, what is your relation to Chase? How did you get involved with all that?
Chase is my cousin.
Your cousin. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've grown up with Mr. Richardson all your life.
My whole life.
Yeah.
A lot of good stories, but we might get into.
What is the earliest Chase Richardson memory that you have?
One time we were at our grandparents' house, and they kicked us out of the house for the day, and me and my brother and him were on a swing set, and my brother made him laugh so hard that he pissed his pants. And then convinced him to pour Dr. Pepper on his pants so that it didn't look like he pissed his pants. to get our grandparents to let him back into the house to change clothes.
Yeah.
Because if he just pissed his pants, they were going to leave him out there.
Yeah.
So hot tip of the night, if you take nothing away from this show, if you accidentally piss your pants, if you dump Dr. Pepper on your pants, your grandparents will still let you in the house.
Yeah. Because you spilt it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You won't get yelled out for that.
That's an innocent enough
I've
mistake.
seen him a couple of times where he's, I have to say, being around your guys' group, laughter is not something that happens not too often. All the time I'm laughing my ass off when I'm around you guys. It's so funny.
We're getting a message here from the people, CJ, saying, tell the pizza delivery driver story. It's a good one.
Oh, shit. We better not go into that yet.
Come on.
We're 5 minutes in.
Fuck.
Come on.
So, David, he left me and Chase and a couple of our buddies at the house. And, well, all right, so I'll give you the backstory first. So, one night, David goes to order pizza. And they're like, we don't deliver there anymore. And he's like, what do you mean you don't deliver there? And they're, well, we're not delivering out there anymore after what happened last time. So one night, God, I sound like such an asshole when I say this, though. It makes me look real bad. But me and Chase and a couple of our buddies, we were at David's house. David was gone. I don't know, probably drunk, drinking somewhere. Whatever.
I doubt it. Don't make things up, CJ.
And we ordered pizza. Well, then we decided after we ordered the pizza that we didn't have enough money to cover it. So the pizza delivery guy comes, and Chase had this little gun that was fake, but it looked like a real gun.
Oh, no.
So, it's fucking awful. This is bad.
Should we just stop the story there?
Yeah, let's not. I don't think we should.
Is this Little Nero's Pizza? Was he watching Home Alone and get some good idea?
It was like Pizza Hut. And so I go, I enter the door, and I got this gun in the front of my pants. And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, yeah, I got your pizza. I'm like, we ain't got no money. Give me that pizza. And the guy took off.
How old were you? This was like 6 months ago?
Yeah, it was last week, actually. No, we were probably, we were in middle school. Probably 10, 11, something like that.
So in middle school, you robbed a pizza delivery man.
Well, he didn't leave the pizza. He took off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you technically didn't rob him then.
No.
No, you just
he took
you
the
tried
pizza
to threaten him.
Yeah. We screwed Pizza Hut out of some money.
Well, technically, you probably did those employees a favor because I'll bet they went back to the restaurant and ate all the pizzas. But we're getting word that you're skipping the best part of that story. Is that true?
Well, there's a couple of. We're not going to go through the whole thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the short version. So if anybody sees,
where are you getting this word at, though? Where's this word at?
I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
I don't know.
So if anybody sees CJ this summer, you can approach him at a pull, regardless of the hour of the day, and ask him what the remaining details of the pizza delivery story are. And I think I'm going to have to do that myself because I don't.
Yeah, you might have to come to the Kester Racing trailer to get that answer because he might be employed to come with me now. He retired from UD Motorsports.
Chase
fired you. I understand.
Yeah, he kicked me off the team.
Of course.
Was it Chase or is it Donald? Donald get rid of you?
Donald told me that I sucked. And
Donald calls the shots. Everyone knows that.
Nobody really understands, but Donald's in charge.
Yeah.
He runs the show.
CJ, we were speaking about Adam's Christmas gifts. A bidet, yay or nay? Have you ever used one?
A butt washer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't. I know people that have them. They say that's what's up, but
That's what's up.
I don't think I can't do it.
It's not for you.
No.
What about smoked cocktails? How do you feel about those?
It's like my thing is like it's exit only.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think you shoehorn the bidet anywhere.
Yeah, but it's like going. It's like.
All right. That'll be enough of that.
No entry.
Yeah. All right. So, being a tractor pulling podcast, CJ, what was your thoughts the first time you went to a pull and drove a pulling vehicle?
Adam was there.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
I thought I did good.
Yeah,
somebody else didn't, but I thought you did really good.
Yeah, David ran out on the track and hit me in the head. Told me, asked me what the hell was wrong with me.
Why? What did you do?
I opened the throttle like quarter of the way, went like 75 foot, and he ran out on the track. He's like, "Why didn't you open it up?" I was like, I think that was good enough.
He's like, "Oh, I wasn't wide open."
Because the first thing you drove was a mini rod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was exhilarating enough at quarter throttle. You didn't think you needed it anymore.
I was good. I was like, yeah, this is all right here.
Quarter throttle. And need you, I mean, not really detuned much at all, right?
No, yeah, it was all there.
Yeah. See, when I got to drive my dad.
Remember, if you remember, Adam, everybody made fun of me, and then that night, your dad came up to me and he's like, "Listen, they screwed you. They put you in a full-blown mini rod. Everybody else started out in 350s, and he's like, you did fine. Don't worry about it."
Right. It could have been way worse, but if you remember, I think you made a hook after that, right?
Yeah. It was fine.
Yeah.
How was your second pass? Did you get it wide open?
Just barely at the very end. I rode the throttle real hard the whole way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's at Sullivan's, and that track and the sled that we were pulling, you could get moving. So I could totally see why a guy climbs on one of these things. It's not really detuned, and he didn't just go out there and drive it like we all think we know how to,
Right.
But no, it was good for you. You've had some success. You guys actually you ran, that was my dad's tractor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The first one that the old Footloose. And you did really good that year with it. And then at the end of the year, what happened?
I wrecked it.
How badly did you wreck it?
I don't know. It was pretty bad, I guess. Adam came up to me first thing, though. He's like, "Dude, if you want to fucking wreck that, you don't want it."
Yeah, he was going, dude. He was moving.
He's like, fine.
That's how that always is, though.
Dude, usually, he drove it off the line so good, it built up so much speed, and when he really did call on it, just the front end was so high, and the track was pretty damn good, and it had no chance.
It's so hard in that moment when the front end's up, it's locked in, and it's hauling ass to be like,
you back out of the throttle and it goes faster. It's not a good thing, when you back, the front end goes higher, and then he just couldn't do anything at that point. So
you that one day, Adam, at Hillsboro, Wisconsin, when you were just on that badass pass and wrecked yours hard, but was it just hooked up and hauling ass.
I remember when that thing left the line, I was like, holy shit, this thing's moving, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm going to be screwed here when the front end comes up, and as soon as it did, boy, it was ugly. But it definitely the fastest I've ever taken off from the starting line in my life.
You just got to wonder how far you'd have gone if it went direct. CJ, would you, obviously being from Kentucky, you're kind of in a central location for tractor pulling. If you had to drive 6 hours just to leave the state of Kentucky, to even think about going to another state for a tractor pull, how much do you think you'd be doing that?
I mean, shit, a lot of them are that far away anyways. I mean,
yeah, but I'm talking about just to leave your state. Like, when's the last time you drove 20 hours to get to a pull?
Benson, I guess.
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Well, the people we have on tonight are so dedicated that it means nothing to them to drive 20 hours to get to a tractor pull because they're all the way from Texas. We have coming on the Nelson clan out of Cat Springs, Texas, I believe. Let's bring them on. How's it going there, guys?
Cold.
You're cold?
Yes. It finally hit
How warm
30.
is it there?
It finally hit 32.
32. I thought it was always warm in Texas.
Depends.
You guys
Geographic-
actually get snow there?
What's that?
Do you guys actually get snow there?
It depends. Back in I guess it was probably COVID year or whatever it was in February, we actually got about 2 inches of snow. That was probably the most I know of.
So was everybody going outside building snowmen in Texas? Was that a unique
No, I was
experience?
bringing a snow angel. I was checking the inch.
I love it. Well,
Awesome.
guys, introduce yourselves. Tell us who we all got there this evening.
We're gonna start with this guy here because he's the one behind it all.
Donald Nelson.
Dustin Corliss.
Mindy Brown.
Thanks for joining us tonight all the way from Texas. You guys do a lot of driving to get to pulls. You're clearly dedicated into this sport. What is the furthest you've driven to get to a pull in your entire life?
That would be me by myself.
You by yourself?
Yeah, the book in Pennsylvania.
How far of a drive was it?
Oh yeah.
Too far.
far?
Probably 1,200 miles from here.
Jeez, 1,200 miles. That is some
Wow.
dedication for sure. How did you even get involved with this and think that tractor pulling was something that you wanted to get involved with and dedicate your life to?
Started at a young age. 7 years old with my dad, and that was the first tractor pull I attended. So he went to a farm show in Fort Worth, Texas, and the following year he was a competitor there, and so that was in 1971. So we've been at it ever since.
Wow. Now, Donald, you're sitting behind you there. You have your modified tractor that you've kind of historically always ran, right? I mean, the one with the DT 466 engine on it. Is that correct?
Well, it came into the pulling team in 2001, but before that, I always ran a modified tractor. That was all I had since we started with modified tractors.
Or when you started with was a mod. So how did you run it? What configuration? Like a two engine?
No, it was just a single engine mod. It was actually a Econo rod, and then we just progressed from there, from one engine to two engines to three on that same chassis. And I ran that chassis for 20 years.
Did you build it or
we
buy
bought
it?
Robert Zaitchek and myself, we bought it in Missouri from Brent Nation. It was a 4-engine mod with 4 blown Chevys, and we brought it home and put one naturally aspirated engine on it. And that was in 1982, 3, somewhere in there. But that tractor was way ahead of its time for Texas pullers. It was probably the first planetary tractor, mod tractor here in the state of Texas.
Did the Texans like you being that far ahead of your time with what you were bringing?
At the time,
there?
I don't think they realized it, but after a half a year and the following year we were points champions. I think they seen the light.
They thought they might have to update your stuff. You were showing them a thing or two.
It was really a good working tractor. We won a lot of pulls with that tractor.
So you started with the Chevrolets and then you went Hemis from there, much like we see a lot of people do. Talk about the difference between those two.
That was years later. I didn't start with Hemis until 2008, 2010. I ran Chevys for all those years.
Are the Hemis really that much better?
Well, they're better and they're easier to get parts for. They're especially if you don't want to buy new, you can always find good used parts and then just working on them, it's so much simpler, tearing them down, putting them back together. Just worked out a whole lot better for us.
Now, how do the Hemis compare to like the Brent Long, tractor engine that we see you run and campaign on your modified tractor?
Well, if I can keep it running, it's pretty competitive. It's probably not really a winner, but we have a lot of fun with that tractor, and we like to run it. The fans like it, and hopefully this next year here we got it all rebuilt and got some new parts on it. So we're looking forward to having a good 2025 season with it.
It's unique for sure, and I love to see it. And there's Larry Roberts that I think had two engines pretty similar to that. But, he had tractors before too. I think you're the only guy I know that just had like a modified tractor and a two-wheel drive truck. But here you have what we would call like a tractor engine on that thing. What even inspired that?
That was really built for the Outlaws with the 6-cylinder, and I had a stair-step Chevrolet behind it. So we was trying to get that thing passed for the Outlaw rules, and it never did pass. The rule never passed, so I didn't get to run it with Outlaws, but I did get to run it in Missouri State. They okayed the rule. So let me run the one Chevy with the 6-cylinder. And that was very unique, and it was a very competitive tractor set up, with that engine combination.
And then you went to the Hemis, and then you added another Hemi. So you had two Hemis and one alcoholic. Did you have to? Maybe can you explain to people how you have to do that with the two different types of engines? Did you do it in linkage with throttle because you have to build boost with the inline 6, and then the Hemis would come on later? Did you use a clutch pedal? I mean, how exactly did you make it to where you have two totally different types of engines running together?
We did have the clutch pedal, of course, on the 6-cylinder, but the V8s in the beginning, everything was 1-to-1, and it did work okay, but I was running the small 6-cylinder, the small cubic inch, where it was able to turn more RPM. And then we wanted more power, so we went to the bigger cubic inch 6-cylinder. At that time, we went to Brent Nation built me a gearbox that the 6-cylinder would turn 1,500 RPMs less than what the V8s were coming in from the side. So the V8s were able to run at 75 or 8, where the 6-cylinder could still run down there at 6,000, 6,500, and it worked really well. The problem with that combination was the front end weight on good tracks. Could never get enough up there. On the not so good tracks, I was real competitive when I ran with NTPA and ATPA back then, but it also did break parts.
Yeah. I remember, like, it seemed like when you went to the Hemis, it seemed like either one would run or the other one wouldn't. Maybe that had to do a little bit with the gear or the drive line initially, and then after it got switched, maybe a little after there. But I always thought it was really cool, just the sound of that thing. You'd hear it build and boost and take off, and then the V8s would kick in behind it. It was really awesome.
I was fortunate. Got invited to Louisville one year with that combination. I made the finals, and was so proud to make the finals with a unique tractor. And then in the in the finals on Saturday, I made it about 75 feet and twisted off one of the input shafts that went to the V8 of all things.
Oh man.
It went from 3 motors to 2 motors, and you know what happens then.
Sure.
The gear ratio was way off, and I still held the throttle down and kept it going for the ways, but that one motor was screaming, so I had to let off.
Yep. Well, speaking of that, you got Louisville coming up here pretty soon. You guys have been. I think all 3 of you have pulled there, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, but who's got the most
won?
wins?
Yeah, Minnie's won.
Yeah.
Twice,
right?
Yes, sir.
Twice. So, can you tell us about your plans ramping up here to Louisville?
Really for me, I have it pretty lucky. Dad does all the hard work. I just get to fly in on Wednesday and enjoy the show. Wednesday and Thursday, kind of usually either learn from Dad or Dustin Thursday night. And usually I get that Friday night pull. So I got the easy job. Dad tells me what gear to run in. And he always says, you watch the track, and usually I can kind of figure out. I watch, how hard they're getting into it and how fast, because that track is shorter than usual. So, but yeah.
Yeah, it's intimidating for sure. Having pulled like at the truck show, at mid-track, you're almost convinced that you're going to go flying over the dirt pile and into the crowd every single damn time. And then somehow that sled always manages to catch you. It's a pretty strange feeling.
Yeah, it's like, not today. But
Yeah, nobody wants to hit the sand, but
Tyler,
you have to nowadays.
I actually know somebody in a two-wheel driver who hit the brakes going into the sand pile.
Who was that?
And he squeezed into the finals on the bubble.
This was my first year in the purple truck there.
The first year he bought Corzon's truck, and we asked him what happened. He said, I didn't want to wreck the body.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's just it. When you go to that pull, you don't know. It's so tricky getting off the line because you have to be kind of slow on the throttle to get it moving because it's heavier, it's shorter, but you also got to get on it quick too. So, and then you're going down through there, and you're hoping that sled stops you. And I couldn't imagine if I just bought a new truck and you got to bury it in the sand pile and potentially destroy the body on it just to make a show to get in the finals.
Yeah.
Well,
so
being Saturday night, probably wouldn't worry about it Saturday night, but being Friday, it's
Saturday night. Screw it. Your goal is to break the body into the sand pile. Did you admit to touching the brakes, or did they have to call you out with the data logger?
No. Some pulling fan he brought it to my attention. I didn't realize I'd done that, but the left tire was sliding. And I still qualified in 4th place, so I got lucky.
Yeah, there's been numerous controversies around that place. It's a really tricky thing. So for anybody that doesn't know, Scott Doty, excellent flag man, standing at the end, and there's times when he can kind of judge how fast people are going, whether or not. And if you see that red flag and you don't stop, you're disqualified. They will disqualify you. So it's kind of like you're flirting on the razor's edge there. Right. If you don't obey the flagman, it's not good. If you get nervous and back out early, it's not good. So, and then you got to kind of judge somewhere in between what to do.
I'm not looking for the flagman when I'm down there.
Yeah, nobody is.
No, you watch the flagmen right before you start coming with the throttle, and then it's almost like they disappear, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
The purple truck, I don't think Don could ever even see the flagman at the other end, especially the front end comes up.
Right.
So why does everybody at the farm show go out of bounds on the left? What's going on with that?
We haven't had that problem yet.
Yeah.
Oh, you better be knocking on some wood there, brother.
Yeah. Hopefully I didn't jinx you. You're gonna give me a black eye in Louisville if that happens.
Don't jinx us.
So how does the modified compare to the two-wheeler going down the track?
It's a whole different ride. You're outside. You're up higher. There's a lot of going on in front of you, and to me, the modifier is not a challenge to drive like the two-wheeler is, because you're going to get on a modifier and you're just going to go. But the two-wheeler, you always have to work it, hook it, and get it going. So every track on a two-wheelers, every time you go, it's a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, you got meat
So
toss
do you-
or the big hole shots up there. 2-3 engines, they still hook up pretty good. Basically, any tune-up you really throw at them.
Right.
Have you ever been interested in maybe getting into another class? I know you were campaigning at the last hook of the year. There, you have 3 modifieds and 3 two-wheelers. Like, I know it's saying that you need to get any more vehicles here or anything, but is there any other thing that you've thought about getting into?
No, that really hadn't crossed our mind yet.
I got you.
We got our hands full right now.
Yeah, it seems like it.
I'd say so.
So with all those pulling vehicles, it's always interesting to hear what people do for a living to try to make all of this happen. Tell us about the day-to-day life of Mr. Donald.
No, it's not too complicated, really. We run semi trucks down here, and that's our main income. But it's all local in Texas, and we don't really go any further than 200 miles from home every day. But that's our main source of income, and there's a few other little things we do, but a little sideline money and just keeping the family hay operation going that my dad had for years and years. And I grew up on the farm with my dad, peanut farming and corn farming and making hay, and it's in our blood. So we don't farm any row crops anymore. Everything turned into hay fields, but we stay busy doing that in between the tractors and trucks and tractor pulling.
Tell me about peanuts. I'm intrigued. How does one farm peanuts? Like, where do they even grow? How do you harvest them? How do you plant them?
You plant them with a regular planter. They're in, just like a seed, like corn or soybean. They're in a row. Then they're kind of like a baby. You have to babysit them. There's a lot goes on, with those peanuts, chemical wise, treating them, watching for bugs. I mean, back in the day when my dad farmed, he took care of all that. I was too young, but we farmed up until 1996, and they grow in the ground. And then when they're ready to harvest, you have a digger that goes under the peanut and brings it up on top of the ground and puts it up in a windrow and let it dry like you do when you cut hay. And then you have the machine that comes behind it and harvests it. So is
there like a co-op for peanuts?
What's that?
A co-op.
Is there even a co-op for peanuts? Like, what do you do with your peanuts once you harvested them?
Well,
I would say you sell them.
There was
Yeah.
There you go, CJ. Finally chimed in.
there was peanut dryers, what we call them down here back in the day. They're all gone now, but you had to drive about 50 miles to take them to the to the dryer where you sold them at. And that was all done at night. You harvest all day. My dad, and later on when I was old enough to drive, or before I was even driving, but you drive them down at night and get unloaded and be back the next morning at work going again. So yeah.
So it's safe to say hay is a lot easier than peanuts, huh?
Well, I'm not saying that, but yeah, somewhat, I guess.
I see that look in Mindy's eyes. She looks like she wants to get back into the peanut game.
No,
I wasn't. It was before my time.
She missed out on all that.
Flavor of love.
Where you get a hat like that at?
Oh man, you can get them anywhere down here.
Is that like a real legit cowboy hat, or is it just?
Yeah. This one has a lot of character to it. It's been around for a while.
It's his work hat.
It's my everyday, get around hat nowadays. So
Keeps the head warm.
Well, I feel like the cowboy
had ball-headed like me.
Oh yeah, I'm getting there.
CJ, you working there? CJ,
there we go. CJ needs
I ain't too far away. I got balls.
CJ, you come to Louisville, we'll bring you one.
I'll be
I
there.
think he's going to need one.
What's that sweet? Is it sweet S? R?
S? Yeah, S.
S1.
S1. S2.
S2?
I
I think
that's
it's
where we need to be.
Yeah.
What sweet?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where we need. Yeah.
That's come see David and Bonesy and
Bring
CJ
me a hat.
and
The only
Donald.
one.
Yeah.
What size
Now, for
is that?
anybody doesn't know, usually
About
if you see Donald, he's
About
gonna
7.5 or what?
It's gallons, right? Be a 10-gallon head.
10 gallon. I'll bring you a drum.
Yeah, there you go. 55.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So how many
He's like
motors
Burt
you got
Reynolds, CJ.
altogether?
He only takes it off for a few things.
What is it?
I said he's like Burt Reynolds. He only takes his cowboy hat off for a very few things.
We may have to exit to hear that one.
Yeah.
So for all these vehicles, how many motors we keep in line?
Woo.
Altogether.
How many what?
How many motors?
How many we have in line?
Yeah, well, just like what's the total take for all of them?
There's only one DT 466, so when
we don't have no spare for
so
that.
we don't have spare.
No spares?
We had to wait on crank, all that. We don't have no spare for that. But when it comes to the Hemis, I know the number.
We're sitting at 12 right now.
12.
12? Yeah.
That's strong. That's
a strong number. It's a strong number.
How many of them are running right now?
Oh, probably 10.
That's strong. Yeah.
Damn, those are good numbers.
Well, I'll say 10 can make a run right now.
Yeah, no, there's
but there's some at the doctor right now.
No, there's only one that's not completed this time, but it's just waiting on a set of heads and then it'll be done. So and we have some blocks out in California right now. So we have enough parts laying around here that we're gonna put another one together, at least a short block.
Right.
And keep some of the heads off just for spares, in case you need to do a quick change.
Yep. We see here Mike Vesley's asking, any bucket list pulls that you haven't pulled at, like Bowling Green, Toma?
I made all those pulls. I was pulling before you came around.
Well, there you go, Mike. He's already been there. So there's no other.
That's the first part. Any bucket list where you haven't been.
Yeah.
I was in Bowling Green in the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Was it wilder back then?
Or I say early 80s. 86 was my first year then. Oh, it was loud.
Don't ask that question.
Hey, I was born that year, so I was alive.
Yeah,
I hear from everybody that Bowling Green back in the day was way more of a party.
How we made it up there, who knows? We had a road map and we took off. And, some youngsters, 21, 22 years old from Texas going to Bowling Green, Ohio with a road map. So it was quite interesting. But
that's when
we always had a good time. But the second year we went, I'll tell y'all a little quick joke. It's not a joke, but it's kind of comical. We took 5 people in a cab over, and we had 21 or 22 cases of beer locked in a special toolbox on the trailer because we were scared to get pulled over. And lo and behold, the second day at the pool, we was going back to the beer store.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got to travel pretty heavy when you go to Bowling Green.
All the beer was gone.
Right.
Maybe it was because it was Lone Star. I don't know. But
is that when y'all rolled with the train horns?
Yeah, we had a train horn at that time. We were probably the first ones that ever entered Bowling Green with a real train horn.
Yeah. Was that in the days where you used to have to go to the Buckeye Challenge at the Ohio State Fair and then to Bowling Green?
We didn't do it the first time, but the second year we did. We pulled at Ohio State Fair, and we'd make that, and then we'd come over to Bowling Green.
Yeah, there were some buddies that used to go with Russell Korf had a couple guys, Aaron and Snuggles. They went and I remember as a little kid going gooseneck trailer, and there was like 25 cases of beer in there, and they ran out. They just put a hurting on the beer. But
Yeah.
I remember that as a young kid.
I'm not sure we drank it all. I think we had friends coming over that wanted to drink our Texas beer. That's what happened. But
I got you. These guys would take a can opener. They carried a can opener, and they would always punch a hole in the back side of the can. They'd take a knife or a can opener and punch a hole in the back side of the can before they had wide mouth cans and all this stuff, just so that they could drink the beer faster.
I believe it. Yeah,
but it's a
Nope.
good time.
You never gotten any trouble in Bowling Green though?
No, I didn't. Some of my pit crew almost went to jail one night, but no, I was fortunate. I never got in trouble there. But back in the 80s, man, you just could get away with anything. There was no armbands. There wasn't no fences. It was just free for all. You just went everywhere you wanted to go. But also back then, you have to think there wasn't a lot of side-by-sides. There wasn't mules and, Polaris and everything running around. People was walking everywhere they went. And it really wasn't nothing dangerous about it. You just took your cooler and went out and wherever you wanted to party, and they was everywhere. And the campgrounds was big back then, just like unbelievable. So, yeah, it was always fun.
Oh, I'm sure. With all the different places that you've been, I mean, obviously Bowling Green stands out, but what's a place that you go to, that some people may not have even heard about that's, just kind of a hidden gem that people should check out?
Oh, man. Well, I would say, probably Wisner, Nebraska. Everybody, in our area goes there, but the people from the east doesn't know anything about it. But it's a good time for us for our outlaw show. It's a very big show. White Rock, Texas every year, but that's a great show, and it's one of our favorites. But we don't think we're going back there anymore, so we're going to really miss that one.
Oh man, it's terrible to hear.
They're just not having the event anymore?
We don't think so. The property's been sold, so
oh man,
it doesn't look good for 2025.
Well, it's time to turn one of your hay fields into a pulling facility, huh?
Well, they're thinking about moving it to a casino, so that might be all right.
Uh-oh. That'd be pretty good. Can you tell us a little bit about, like, everybody says, like, you pulling down in Texas, what kind of dirt are we dealing with here? Is it like a red clay, obviously, probably, right? Is it what makes the tracks different in Texas than in the Midwest?
Our dirt in Texas down here, we don't have the red. If you get up by the Oklahoma border, there's red dirt, but our dirt is more brownish, yellow dirt. Mm-hmm. If you go further south, down by Meddings, he has black dirt. Mm-hmm. And but for the most part, ours is a sandy, sandy type of clay, which it takes a lot of water, but it makes for a really good track.
Well, yeah. That's the kind of stuff mini rods need to pull on. We needed some mini rods pulling in Texas.
Yeah, come on down to Columbus.
So like when you go to Ohio and you pull, do you feel like it's more of a? Do you feel like it bites better than down there or not?
Where?
Like
Ohio.
When you go up to Ohio. So like Bowling Green. Like do you feel like it's more of a power track than down there, or do you think you can put more power down there in Texas?
I feel like sense? I mean there's some probably back in the day when I ran the NTPA and ATPA circuit that there was a lot of tracks when I would run with Outlaws. I'd have to compensate a little more than I did when I went out east, and I don't know. Probably for the most part, there's nothing that compares to Louisville. I mean, we used to have a pool in Texas that did. It was a indoor pool in Taylor, Texas that had really, really good indoor dirt too. But when it gets outdoors and the sun gets working on it, it just takes a lot of water. And
Right.
and the people that prepare the track, hands to them. I mean, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, but for the most part, I mean, they're all probably to me about the get your vehicle set up right.
Right.
Situation.
So back in the day, you used to leave your rig at Jeff Hurt's. Is that true? And you'd fly back to Texas when you were running the ATPA stuff?
When I was running, it had switched over to Lucas Hall at that time. When I ran ATPA, I guess maybe I didn't make all the pulls either, but we didn't have such a crazy schedule. Like when I got with Lucas, and then I really wanted to run the points, there was no way to drive back and forth. So Jeff Hurt, took me under his wing, and him and his dad would get me back, or his daughter, Jeff's sister, get me to the airport. I could at least come home for a few days and around here and get back up there. But yeah, we had a lot of good times at Jeff's for sure. Got to go out on the lake a few times.
So knowing that Jeff ratted you out on some stories, are there any stories that you want to rat out Jeff Hurt on?
Oh man,
I don't know if it's about a rat. I don't know if it's a rat, but what do you always say about Jeff? He can eat a crab leg faster than anybody you ever knew.
Well, Jeff's a good cook. He took care of us when we came around there, and yeah, we ate a lot of crab legs at his place. And John Swearingen, we had a lot of good times. Really, as far as getting thing we did, it was always pretty busy. We did party at night and drink a lot of good times over there.
Yeah, I had heard that you fed some of that moonshine to the TV crew at an event. Is that true?
Yeah, had a few times. Probably Hamburg was the night that really on him the hardest, because that TV crew had to catch a plane like it. Moonshine.
Moonshine. That shit hangs with you.
Yeah,
it hangs with you.
Yeah.
The pool had rained out, and oh man, it was a long night of partying.
Yeah.
You didn't go racing up and down the pulling track or anything?
I don't remember that one. No, I don't think, because we had everything loaded up.
Yeah. Well, I was told to ask you about in Macon, Missouri.
Tennessee.
I was told to ask you about when you were in Macon, Missouri, and somebody lit off a firework late at night. Do you recall that?
Oh well,
shit.
Yeah. Everybody had some pretty potent fireworks back in the day, and the 4-wheel guys, there fireworks over there. So, like, we're on the tractor side, so I was like, well, I had enough of that. And throw it out there in the middle. It rattled everybody's. It's quite entertaining.
Yeah, I was told somebody tried coming out and tried to confront you about that firework. Is that true?
Yeah, we had a little misunderstanding, but it all worked out. We're all good now.
All right, we'll leave that story right there. I won't pry on that one anymore.
We didn't table that one. Everybody's young and does crazy things, but yeah, it got a little out of hand there for a while.
Speaking of, stories like that, you've obviously traveled a bunch of miles up and down the road. Do you have any? We always go back to like the Adam Bauer story. He left Langford, New York, and he goes through a toll booth, and his awnings were out on his trailer, and he took a toll booth out. Have you ever had a travel story that maybe has stuck with you over the years that you wouldn't believe it if you told it?
We've been real fortunate. We did lose a wheel bearing on the trailer one morning, and we only had to travel about 60 miles, maybe that day 70. We were going from one outlaw pull to another, and my brother Brian was with me and Robert Zaitchik, and we had a bearing go out, so we were about 20 miles from the pool. We had to unload the trailer. Cameron Nees went and unloaded his trailer and came back and got our vehicles. Whitey and Brian, my brother, went to the welding shop, and they got to work on the trailer while I got to go take care of the vehicles, which I had the easy job, I guess. So they went and cut the axle out, went to a junkyard, and found another axle and welded it back under there the same day.
Damn.
And made it to the pool that night with the truck and the trailer, and everybody got to drive their own vehicle.
That's crazy.
And, they worked their tail off. To this day, that axle is still underneath that bullwhip trailer. They did a great job.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They didn't just patch it. They repaired that damn thing right, didn't they?
They did. I did have to, after we finished that season that winter, we did have to cut it loose and realign it. But, it was very close, but the trailer was dog tracking a little bit and wearing the tires. So we realigned it, but it wasn't much to it. I mean, they did a really great job. And I can't remember the welding shop they were at. They were big help.
Same day. Like, that's unheard of. If that happens to people now, it's like,
oh yeah.
I mean, people are doing all kinds of stuff. You unload the trailer, you might get out there and like pinch the airline off to the bag and ratchet strap the axle up on that side. I mean, people do all kinds of crazy stuff just to get up and down the road. Maybe it's just me. I have all these stories from traveling up and down the road. Maybe we just never had really good stuff driving up and down the road. We're constantly working on it. Just having all alternator going out on the motorhome and all kinds of issues.
Anything else really going wrong on the road besides
right.
We've been very fortunate. I mean, we all have problems. Dustin left Missouri State Fair. We didn't even get out of the city limits, and he was going up a hill. I'm talking to Cameron Nees on the phone, and he hollers at me on the CB, "Hey, there's something wrong with this truck or motor." And I look in the mirror, and all I could see was rolling coal back there. I'm like, "Oh my God!" The motor ran away on him, and he didn't know what to do at the time. And I got pulled over, and we got back there and tried to get it shut down, and I finally crammed it in gear and got it shut off, but. That was a nightmare, and it was a brand new cat motor in there that didn't even have 10,000 miles on it. And turbo gave out. So,
damn it,
very costly.
Tyler, did you guys not have a Mack Superliner that you may or may not had to drive with the fuel shut off at times?
Who is that?
Tyler.
Oh.
He's not paying attention to me.
Oh, okay. We did go to a pull and a Mac a few times myself, but
yeah, I don't think he can hear me.
Ask him again.
Yeah, I think you asked me there about a Mack semi truck with the motor running away, and the thing was stuck basically wide open, and I had to run the fuel shut off as a reverse throttle to get to safety on the side of the freeway before I smashed into people on a bridge. It was quite intimidating.
Yeah,
for sure.
I love that. Good old travel stories.
Yeah. All right. Well, I like to do a segment that I call the rapid fire questions. My service is a little glitchy, but
no, you're good.
Can you guys hear me all right? Okay. So these are just quick questions. You don't need to elaborate on them, and we'll just roll right through them. There's about 10 or 12 of them, something like that. Would you rather fight a kangaroo or a white-tailed deer?
Oh,
Who you start
probably
with?
a kangaroo because I'm pretty good at boxing.
Hey,
We need an answer from
you want to know a
each of
funny thing? You bring up kangaroo. There's actually one on the loose that's probably about 20 miles from here that they're still searching for. A lady captured it at 4:30 in the morning, going down that road, Farm Market Road, bouncing in front of her car, and they're still looking for this kangaroo.
Less than
Man.
20 miles from my house.
Yes.
Did it cross the border down there or what?
I don't know.
No, it was someone's pet.
It was somebody's pet. It got out, and a lady captured it at 4 something in the morning, bouncing in front of her headlights, going down the road.
Oh, okay. I thought, Jesus.
Who has a pet kangaroo?
You don't have one?
All right, so you going kangaroo
Donald
or
and
deer?
kangaroo.
I think deer.
What are
It's
you
a
taking,
deer.
kangaroo or deer?
I wrestled a whitetail, so I'm gonna go whitetail.
All right. If you had to live in another country other than America, what would your first choice be?
Are they pulling Netherlands? Or where's that Bobcat? I'll go pull over there.
Yeah, probably Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Anywhere where it's warm. I'd love to see like Italy,
Tyler, Adam,
Germany.
Tyler and Adam, that's what
But
y'all
not
need to
hot
ask
beer.
Donald about him and Cameron helping Wayne Purser over there in Amsterdam.
Oh.
You heard that one?
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to touch on that next. What is one thing that isn't bigger in Texas?
Winners.
Wieners.
Winners. Not say winners.
Oh,
You said wieners?
That's a good answer.
Wieners?
Winters, not CJ.
Oh,
Keep
sorry.
drinking Michelobes.
Winters, that's a good answer. Anybody else got any good ones there?
I don't know about that.
No? All right. What tractor puller would be the hardest to beat in arm wrestling?
Well, CJ, what do you think?
Have you ever seen Joe's hands?
Joe Eder.
Yeah, I wouldn't fucking.
Joe Eder?
I ain't about that. I feel like he'd just take my whole hand. I ain't gonna mess with him. But you pick.
We got a cat that helps us in Nebraska named Joe.
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys.
I have no idea. I might want to arm wrestle nobody.
What is the most amount you've ever won gambling?
Can you say
No.
that?
He's asking you.
Oh, me?
Everybody.
One night. Okay,
All of you.
real quick story. I'll make it quick. Probably second year, whatever it was. We went. Ravenna is always our first pool. Fridays we pull later in the day, and then Saturdays we pull a little earlier, and they let us get out of there. And you never know what the weather's going to be in Ravenna, so us Texas boys, we head out. We roll out as soon as the pool's over. And I'll never forget. It was that Saturday. I end up Neil Zychek lifted his blower like first hook or second hook. He come back, and I end up going like 350 something feet. And took the lead. He come back and almost walked me down by, I don't know, an inch or two. Won the pool. We left there, and we left there, and we drive 4 hours. So it was 2:30 in the morning. We get to McPherson, Kansas, and we have a couple beers to kind of celebrate. And next morning we drive, and 3 o'clock on a Sunday we get to Oklahoma, Texas state line. Donald asked me, he goes, "What do you want to do? Pull over to WinStar, gamble, and hang out by the pool, or you want to go on home?" He goes, "You didn't get really a chance to celebrate your win." I was like, "Well, you know my answer. Let's go to the pool and drink and have a good time." And we did that, and needless to say, we just had a jolly of a time. And I think I walked away with 20,000. You came out with another 20,000. It was 6:30 in the morning on a Monday, and the sun was coming up. And
what kind of games are we playing
Hold
here
on.
to get $20,000?
All right, what kind of money did we start with to get?
honestly, CJ, I'll be honest. I'm just I'm just a peon compared to where Donald started. But honestly,
so Donald goes hard.
No, I'll say one thing. He does. He can. But
we found them sunglasses on the floor.
It started. We had a sweet villa in this damn casino.
Because we found those sunglasses.
Hey, PJ. No, we walked out, and the first thing we found on the floor was some Louis Vuitton or whatever Gucci sunglasses.
Right.
$500 worth of glasses. I looked them up. I found them. He put them on. I got a picture of them, everything. And
come walk another 20
nights where you just don't care. We went down, bullshitted, had a good time, and usually on a Sunday night when we come back like that, we don't stay up late because all right, midnight, all right, Monday, let's get home and get going. Try to finish the day with something, be productive. But it's one of those deals where we just had no shits given. We've been down by the pool drinking margaritas, bullshitting, and we found those sunglasses. I was already lucky, $500. So we get down there, and I'll have to share that picture with y'all one day because I got a picture of him wearing them. And we get down there, and there's a machine that if you get close to a certain amount, it just randomly drops this amount of money. It dropped $9,000 to him. I'm just like, holy shit, that's badass. So I go to the next machine, and I hit 2,500, and that's like, all right, well, I got me a little walk around money. I can splurge a little bit. And 3:30, 4:30 in the morning, I put $100 machine and $100 in a machine. Hit max bet. I won $15,500 on the first bet.
Are you shitting me?
No,
damn.
On a slot machine?
No, 50. Yeah. $1. I called Dollar. I hollered at him across the room. Didn't know what to do. He's like, "Take it." And I was like, "Well." So when we counted up that morning, the sun was coming up. In our pockets, we each had $20,000.
Count very well.
Well,
are you shitting me?
You can't go anywhere. Hey, just think about that. You almost had as much money as Chase has viewers.
See, Chase messed us up though last year in Louisville. He's the one who told us about that new casino in Kentucky. Oh, Derby Downs, whatever it's called. That's a pretty nice one.
He ranked us.
Yeah. Used to, you had to go over to the state line of Indiana and have to drive at least. You're like, oh, I'm not gonna go. But now it's like, oh, it's convenient.
You didn't win there?
Honestly, the first few nights was pretty good, but then the next few nights wasn't too good.
Yeah, he's like 80% owner in that. So
you see, no wonder. Hey, next time you see Chase, you gotta ask him about eating mountain oysters.
Rocky Mountain.
Oh shit.
Calf fries.
Nuts.
Egg nuts in Texas.
He likes nuts.
Maybe you need to tell us.
How'd you get him to do that?
That's a Lufkin deal. So y'all gotta come down to Lufkin, Texas. The end of Outlaw Pulling series, y'all gotta come to Lufkin. That's just a good.
I don't know if I want to go if I got to put nuts in.
Tyler,
that's what Chase
you like chicken? Tyler like chicken? All right.
I like
we also fried chicken. We heard from Mrs. Mouth and another one. I won't say his name, but they said Kentucky should have chicken like this.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. Jesus.
It was in Texas.
It was in Texas, yeah. He said Kentucky doesn't have chicken that good.
All right. Have any of you ever ridden a bull?
Get off there.
Not me.
Just younger bull.
Only one of three.
What was her name?
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I'll text you that name, CJ. You said a bull, not a heifer. You said a bull, not a heifer.
CJ wants her.
I knew it.
All right. This is an important one here. Who would win swimming across an Olympic swimming pool? Brant Sullivan or Cole Zajac?
I put my money on. I don't know.
I don't know.
I put my money on Cole. I seen him an athlete. Me and him won a belt buckle this off season in a championship roping. So they what they do is they turn out a steer out of the rope and shoot like you would be a header or healer, and the header got to catch it. And once they catch it, the other one got to bulldog it by the horns, like we steer us. And the other one has to grab a ribbon or tape off the rear, the ass end of it, and go across the chalk line. And we actually won it. Me and Cole did. So
no shit.
Other than pulling, I never seen Cole get so competitive. So he might drown Brant.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, that probably
Brant-
means
I
he's a
don't
pretty
think
good
Brant can
swimmer.
swim. I
I'll
don't
tell
think
you,
Brant knows how
I
to
would go
swim.
with Cole. He lives by the river. He's a good swimmer.
Okay. Cole, all the way across the board, huh?
Yeah.
Brant can't swim.
All right. If you had to choose to switch lives with anyone in the world, who would it be? And it can't be anyone you're related to.
Donald Trump.
Oh God,
Donald Trump.
you came up with that really fast.
Yeah, he didn't even have to think about it.
Just think
That's
about
pretty
that
good.
guy.
That's a pretty good answer.
That
That
was
is a good answer.
was.
We're going to make tractor pulling great again.
Oh.
I figured
There's
you were
one.
gonna say Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones. We don't know about Jerry Jones.
He's on Landman now.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That's the
Sold
way
his
to,
soul to the devil.
yeah. Way to run a good show.
Yeah, right. Hey, it's on prime time. That's why his ass is on there.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
All right, Mindy, who you going with?
I don't know, man. I'm stumped. I don't know.
That's a hard question when you win a 2-time national
Oh my
Louisville
gosh,
championship.
No, shut up.
Choo.
That's right.
She's like, there's no one in the world I'd switch places with.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the greatest.
Can I change my answer? I want to win Louisville.
You're not related to me.
Yeah, we're not related, so yeah, so that can be good. Let me change my answer.
I want to be hurt.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard when you wake up in the morning pissed excellence.
I think someone from like way back in the day, like someone that was born before my time, just to see like what it was like back then.
I got
A lot
you.
easier.
That's a good answer.
Okay, that's fair.
DJ,
Not
what was
sure
it
who,
like
but-
What?
before our time? What was it like?
Mhm.
That's a dick move. It was
All right,
dark.
in
It was dark.
I'm sure you guys are familiar with the game Rodeo Poker, where you have to sit around a card table and they release a bull into the arena, and the longest person to sit there and keep playing cards without getting up, running away scared is the winner.
Right.
Who do you think would be the hardest tractor pulling wise to take on in a game of rodeo poker?
Just all in general, tractor pulling or classes, or
All in general,
Rodeo
like
poker.
if you wanted to win the match of rodeo poker, there was $1 million on the line, but there's 3 people sitting there. Who are you most nervous sitting across from?
I don't know. I'll sit there. I don't care. I'll take it. I'll take horns to the chest. I don't care.
God.
You're winning. You don't care.
I don't care. Go out one way or another. You can go on an ambulance or a trophy. So which one are you gonna get? You're still gonna, it's kind of like pulling. You get first place, you blow your motor, you're gonna freaking get a standing ovation. Tyler, you've been
Amen to
there.
that. So,
Tyler, you know that, right?
oh yeah, I've been there.
Flip it over or something like that.
Screw it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
That
who's
is
your
a hard
3?
question.
Who are
That
3?
is the toughest.
Yeah. Who are 3 bad mother effers that aren't going to get up and walk away from that table?
Probably anybody from Texas. Sorry to be cocky, but I'm just gonna say that.
That's a good answer. Good answer.
That's a good answer. Yeah. What about you guys? Who are your 3?
Got to give 3 of them.
Well, yeah. If there's 4 people total, like who are your people that you don't want
All
to be
right,
sitting there with?
so my picks would be like, it's not the toughest. It's who's the drunkest.
Yeah.
Because the slow reflex.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna say Billy Beers for sure, because he's
Yeah.
not getting up. He don't even know where the hell he is. If it's real late at night, Jeff Hurt for sure.
Jeff, if Bull can't even see Jeff.
Yeah, and then who else we got? Somebody. Shit, I don't know. Jeff Rose. I think I can outrun him.
Yeah.
You gotta sit. You don't run though, TJ. You gotta sit there.
No, but like I think that like, yeah, you're right. I fucked that up. I don't know. Maybe Ricky never see it coming.
All right. That's fair. That's all I got. That's rapid fire right there. You guys did pretty good.
It wasn't rapid fire at all, though.
Well, we tried.
We got through it.
When you got gambling stories that are that good, I mean,
Can't
you
miss out on
can't
them.
not tell them.
I just got to go to this casino that they make $20,000.
No kidding.
I need to be there.
It's not always that good, CJ.
It can happen.
Well,
It can
shit.
happen, or it can go the opposite way.
What? So game of choice. Like I have to say, I like craps. Like I'm a big craps fan. I think CJ thinks he's good at roulette, but he's
I'm
not.
fucking good at roulette.
Okay.
That's like bull poker. That's perfect.
Yeah.
You're
Tyler,
saying
do you have
any
a
idiot
game-
can do that? Is that what you're saying?
What?
He's
Oh,
saying
I-
any idiot can play roulette.
Oh, yeah.
You don't bet on
tried-
black or red, do you?
I showed Adam how to play roulette one night.
How to
We
lose
both lost
money.
$1,000.
What, black or red?
Yeah.
That can take your money
That's-
real quick.
Yeah, I said, Adam, look, I got this shit figured out. We'll go play roulette. He sat down for like 4 or 5 spins. He's like, this is dumb.
Yeah. And then it's even smarter. Let's do the video roulette. Okay, that's not rigged either. It's
That's
like
the
going.
worst.
It's like Chevy. It's like Chevy Chase Vegas Vacation. Let's go to the casino where we're playing war, or pick a
And
hand,
still loses.
guess a number.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It can happen.
I
So,
know numbers.
What's the most amount you ever lost at a casino then?
Who we asking?
Better ask the little guy that. I'll tell you.
I can lose a
Let's
lot
hear
if
it.
I win a lot.
We'll say maybe a blower motor.
No, not much.
Well, hey, if you win a blower motor and a half and then lose a blower motor, you're still up half a blower motor. So it's really not a big
Right.
deal.
Not
Still got
bad.
the blower.
Tyler also
Good
knew a
numbers.
guy. Tyler also knew a guy that one time set on a machine, wasn't even an hour in, and hit the grand jackpot, and so we were able to buy a blower.
Say that again.
I said, we actually went to a casino one time. One we usually don't stop at, but they allow truck parking, and the other one's kind of been a horse's ass. And we stopped in there and wasn't even there for an hour and a half, and somebody got taken in the back room and was able to collect a little bit of money. So we were able to buy one lease blower.
Well, hell yeah. Sounds like you ought to stop there more often.
Yeah,
We
we tried.
tried it,
We
but it
tried
ain't
one more
working
time,
out.
but it didn't work.
Y'all got better
I've heard
casinos than we got.
No kidding.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
thinking
Memphis
so.
here.
Texas don't have no casinos. Well, few, but they're all not. I mean, it's
They're not really.
not really
real
casinos. You got to go to
What's
Oklahoma.
what's the largest one there in between Texas and Oklahoma?
Windstar.
Windstar.
That's the-
Yeah,
It's the
I drove
world's-
by there. That's a massive casino.
Well,
What
it's
was
not
that?
business.
Adam, where did we go that time? Did you go or not? You might have been pulling PPL that year when they sent us down there.
No. See, you guys went. What was that? Kansas?
CanStar?
No, he went to Kansas. Where'd you guys go in Kansas
I don't
that
remember.
year? I did not. I pulled PPL that year. I didn't get to go to that wonderful track that you guys talked about.
Shit show. God, it was awful.
Yeah.
Let's
No,
just-
a few years ago.
We went to casino there.
NTPA?
Yeah.
Oh,
What was the name of that place
Yeah.
in Kansas? It only happened one year.
Something City.
Dodge City, Kansas.
Dodge City. There you go.
Dodge City,
Yeah.
Dodge City, Kansas. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went there.
It was bad for the mods there.
Casino
Yeah,
was
Do
even
they have
worse.
many? Tyler, did you go there? Dodge City?
I've never been there, but I heard it was a real power track.
It would hold
That was
it.
just a 1 year
If you
deal.
could
right?
get it down, it would
Yeah.
hold it.
If you can get it. Hey, so that goes back to Esden Lanes. There are no bad tracks, just bad setups.
Just bad setups, yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. Absolutely.
No excuses.
So Donald,
It was hard on some
what
tires, wasn't it?
what is the plans for 2025 for you and the bullwhip pulling team?
Well, we're going to start off with 3 miles and 2 2-wheel drives. And we'll we'll see, how long the bullwhip can stay together. But our plan is to make a full year with it and, try to make it a very competitive tractor. And then we'll have our two twin engine tractors and 2 pickups. The T-Bucket will be gone after Louisville.
So you're going back to two wheelers?
We have the T-Bucket is sold to a gentleman in Texas. We were fortunate to he let us run it all year, and we'll run it in Louisville, and then it'll be gone.
Got a new one coming in or something?
Not right now.
Not right now.
But you will.
I'm sure one day.
So did you sell it with the motor? Are you going to have a hot tune-up in it at Louisville?
No, the motor stays here with us. The bucket and the frame, the chassis, it's all going. So, good friend of mine bought it, and I'm sure he'll do a good job with it. It's a nice truck.
How big is the Outlaw schedule? I mean, obviously you go to some pulls in Texas, but mostly Outlaw, correct?
We have a few there. Yeah, there's a Texas organization, and unfortunately, we don't make but a few of those hooks each year. But with the overlapping of the Outlaw pulls, but I'm sure we'll be around the 20, 22 hook for each division, the mods and the tractor and the 2-wheelers for 2025. And I haven't seen the schedule yet, so they hadn't released it.
Can you explain to maybe some of the pullers that may not know how Outlaw works? Can you explain how the point system works? Can't you drop your worst 2 hooks?
So,
or how does that work?
Yeah. So the way the system works, and it got voted on at the end of the year meeting, but as far as I know, it's going to stay the same. So if we have 22 hooks, and if you made them all, and you had a really good year, you're still going to throw away your worst 2 hooks of the year. You don't pick them; they just take away your worst 2. But if you decide to miss 2 and not go at all, you still get a 0, but you don't get, penalized for not going. And you just don't have the option to throw away a bad hook if you did have one. So,
gotcha.
It's got its
Do you
good
guys
and
like
bad.
that rule? Do you like that rule?
When you break.
Well, it's a good thing. I mean, when you have to travel as far as we do, for us, it's probably a benefit in case we do have trouble. But we do always try to leave early. But in case you do have family emergency or whatever, I guess it's a good thing. I mean, when you really add it all up, if you made all the hooks and you throw away 2, you might gain a point on somebody, but 90% of the time, the guy that wins is still going to win, even when you take out the drops. I mean, it doesn't affect it a whole lot like you think it would.
Right. So basically, what you're saying this past year, like Vern Huser missed 2 hooks, but he still was like up there in the top 3. I mean, it kind of benefited him to where if you ran all season and you finished near the top, most of the time you really have to drop good hooks, right? You're taking away still good hooks if you're running good all the time. So it could kind of sway things one way or the other, partially. I guess you could say.
If you didn't go, you didn't have those points to drop, so your points weren't as high. So that's what makes it equal out. And,
I got you.
One thing about Outlaws, if we go to a 2-day show, if you break the first day, you'll get last place points the second day, whatever. If there's only 5 tractors, you're going to finish 6, and you're going to get 6th place money. You don't even go to the track. I mean, You're going to get the points and the money. And if it was 10, you're going to get 10th, and you're going to get 10th place money. I mean, and if your vehicle, say we go to a pull down the road the next day, so it's considered back-to-back pulls, the same thing happens. We Outlaws, you don't have to even go they want you to go home and fix your vehicle and get back. So you're going to get points and money the next day, but you still pay your entry fee on that. You don't get your entry free money back, but you're getting a check for not even being there and your points. So,
look at that. 24 mod hooks, 25 two-wheel drive hooks. Like, that's a hell of a schedule to be running with 6 vehicles or 5 vehicles. And
that's normal.
You guys are running.
I haven't seen that schedule yet.
Ron Stone just sent it. 20.
Ron Stone right there.
And every year they ask us what.
Well, he lied.
Every year they ask. Every year they ask, what can we do to make the
20 hooks was the max.
Yeah. Every year they ask what can help the pullers and
less pulls.
Less pulls, 1 day, especially when you have 6 vehicles, and every once in a while they get a wild hair to put the mod somewhere in the two-wheel drives. That kind of throws a little kinks and things because as far as hauling wise, it makes it real difficult.
We can't make both, so we have to all go to the same place.
Seems to me like here as of recent, if you really go around and ask the pullers and speak amongst your peers and everything, I think from a whole standpoint, I think the pullers would like to go to less events, 2-day events if possible. Instead of 9, 10, 12 different places, maybe it's 6 or 8 places, 2-day hooks at each one of those. You get time in between to actually go home and service your stuff. These guys really preach safety all the time and keeping it safe. But yet half of us are running around just trying to get to the next event just to make a hook. Is it really safer? I don't know, but you can very easily get burned out on it when you're just running around like crazy. And I mean, I complain about, we used to run 21, 22 hooks a year, and I didn't think much of it because I was younger. But as you get older and you realize like certain holidays and certain events that you want to do through the summertime and you're running around the country, like it'd be nice every now and then just to calm it down just a little bit, It is a high demand sport, but I think everybody's kind of in agreement of maybe the schedules are a little demanding. And it's usually the same people that are running it. We're not talking about 30, 40 teams, I mean, in each class, we're talking about the same 6 or 7 teams are kind of trying to foot the whole thing every year, and it's kind of tough on everybody.
I'll tell you,
it makes it real tough.
The bet. I mean, it's sad to say, but one of the best years when that little COVID swing came in. I think if we would have made Wisner, that would have been 16 hooks total because that would have been a 2-day event. And it would kind of equaled out where you go for a weekend, come home for a week and a weekend, and go back out. And that was really nice. If it was just like that, there's no complaints.
I agree. And that's impressive. You guys had that many hooks during COVID. We had like 2 here.
Yeah, right.
Come down south, Tyler.
Yeah, you probably didn't see very many masks on anybody at those
scared,
events.
were they?
I won't say you won't see some, but there's still a few.
Yeah, you guys got all those people from California moving to Texas, right?
That's right.
Unfortunately.
That look on Donald's face.
We're going to delete them.
Yeah.
It looks like there's going to be some more moving this way at some point in time if all the houses keep catching on fire because they don't know how to maybe do controlled burns. But
that is a sad,
pretty unfortunate situation that's going on out there with the wildfires.
It is
and everything.
But
being from Texas, I mean, do you guys run through droughts too? Do you not?
Yeah, we run through droughts. It was probably about when the Piney Woods fire, which is not far from this shop where we're at. All we got is just volunteer fire departments, and we had over I don't know how many thousand acres burned. I mean, there was several. It was back homes, barns. I mean, it took a lot. I mean, you had all the big, helicopters, planes coming in, helping with everything, and same time we were fighting that. Just bass drop a little bit. I guess you call that south of Austin was battling a big fire at the same time, and that community is bigger than us, and so it was between us and that they had to make up their minds. It was back and forth. I mean, there's a lot of houses and homes, barns and trees and everything. It's still you finally starting to see greenery come back and trees growing where all that happened. So I mean, I feel
crazy.
for those people in California, even though we can joke about shit like that, but it's devastation.
Right. Yeah, you guys
That's a
bear a
bad
lot.
deal.
The state of Texas is big, and there's a lot of I've been lucky enough to drive a little bit through the state. A lot of there's not a lot there, and the places there are, there's a lot of people and everything, but you'll see a lot of different things in Texas. That's for sure. I'm pretty sure when I went there, every truck that I've ever seen has got some sort of cattle guard on the front of it.
Pickups.
Pickups, yes, absolutely. Semis,
Not many
pickups.
not many Teslas though.
No, I see a lot of 2-lane roads where the speed limit is
Can't
like
get that far.
70 mile an hour on 2-lane roads. Like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
some of them are 75 now.
75, 80.
80 on
really?
No shit.
Yeah. You get on some of those in West Texas about 80.
Wow. Man, I
Have a
don't know
big
if my
bumper.
old toter home with the the 40-foot toter home with the 315s on the front would like 80 mile an hour running up and down the road on those front steer tires.
Well, yeah, with 105 temperature.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say 105,000. I'm sorry. 105
No.
temperature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's funny.
So you guys are clearly into motorsports. Do you have any badass cars that you run up and down the road with?
No, I never had that. Never.
No.
Yeah, that's really crazy. But no, I've never really had a fast car.
Just Ford Focuses.
It's tractor.
Everybody's driving a Ford Focus.
Yeah, these guys seem like me. Like we don't have a lot of, cars and whatnot, but all our money goes into the pulling vehicles. So it's like not yours.
So Adam,
UD money. Yes, sir.
any word on if Vern got the third engine on the other tractor yet or no?
Who's that?
Vern.
Yeah, you know what? It was kind of funny. I might air something out here, but so they brought a couple engines to get rebuilt, and before I could actually get to them, they came back and got them so they could put 3 on it. So I'm really interested to see how he does. Vern's getting up there in age, and he's a really good guy. It'd be interesting to have another Outlaw tractor in there to see how he mixes it up. I mean, those are the 3 engines on that tractor actually have won at Louisville before, so it should be pretty interesting to see on a different combination how they work. Yep, that was Craig's stuff. So we actually he purchased an engine here not too long ago, and Craig actually had a set of heads, and we took that third engine and converted it over to just like the other 2. And I mean, it's good to see him. He's been coming along. I think probably for you guys, it's good to see another tractor competing in the class. I mean, that 2-engine Outlaw class is pretty stacked. I mean, Cameron's been doing good. Vern's been doing good. Of course, you guys been doing good. Ulmer's run good all the time. I mean, it's kind of like a who's who that can win that class.
Oh yeah.
No, it's definitely that. But
we entered a new mod, but it didn't make it in. We only made 2 hooks with it, so
right.
maybe next year.
Hey, I have to ask you, Donald, what kind of tires does that thing have on it? Does it have a Mitas or does it have hole shots on it?
the old pro pullers.
No,
It's got pro pullers on it.
has the pro pullers. The twisted whip has the whole shots, and we started out really good when the season started with the twisted whip, and we were doing really good. And then we had a few mishaps with some electronic problems, and man, Cameron put his new tires on, and we just couldn't keep up. We kept having little problems. You know how you know what happens when you have a target on your back. And one year you can't do nothing wrong, and the next year it's just all these little things start biting you. But it's in the works. We're coming back. We'll be back strong with two mods next year. Well, 3 actually, but the 2 twins they'll be very competitive.
Mindy, what do you think about the 2-wheel drive tires? I mean, you being in the seat, obviously through the changes. Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Do you have a way that you're swayed inside of the tires? I mean, what can you kind of tell us about the two different tire combinations?
I don't notice a difference. I really don't get a lot of seat time. I do coach and teach, and I do have the summer off. But I like money and pulling. I don't get a lot of money. So I ran in the summer here at our hometown pool, and then I went to White Ride and went to Rock Valley. I do try to make those 2 pulls. But really besides that, I mean, there was one year I got to go, it was like my first year out of college, and I got to go on the circuit. I didn't go to all the pools, but I did make way more than I do now. But I have kids and a family of my own now. And so and I do like swimming lessons on the side, and then they make us, have to do summer workouts and all the things. So I don't get a lot of. I coach volleyball and softball.
Okay.
So, yep. So I stay pretty busy.
Is the softball a lot like what my sister's doing? It seems like the girls are playing softball 24/7.
Yeah, we have some real competitive players on our team, and they play all year long. That's on top of, I coach at a pretty small school, and so they're multi-sport athletes, but they're doing, could be doing 3 sports at a time. So the really, really good ones, if you want to go somewhere and you want to have a spot on the team, they're playing outside of school for sure.
Gotcha.
Do the kids you teach know what a badass you are for what you drive during the summer?
I know that's some of the people that do know what I do during the summer. They're always like, "Why don't you explain it to them?" And I'm like, it's just way over their head. They don't care, Some of the people that I work with still don't, know what I do. It's just part of life, I grew up around pulling, and it's normal to me. But really, even in my hometown, where I teach and where I went to school, it's not familiar to a lot of people, even though we do have a hometown pool, or I call hometown pool. It's only about 20 miles from where I teach.
But a lot come out.
They do. A lot of them come out, but there's way more that don't know about it than that do. So, but I do. On my first day of school, I have some pictures in my room. The first day of school, I explain, this is one of my hobbies. This is what I do. But they're like, what? So
maybe you should ask the kids and their family if they want to sponsor you. Hey, we're going on a field trip. Everybody needs to bring in $50. I appreciate it.
You want to sit in the seat? That's going to cost you a few extra.
Yeah. Hey, I know a mini rod puller that a fan came up to him one time at Tome, Wisconsin, offered him $100 to sit in the seat of the tractor. If he started up, he said, "I'll take your money." He did take $100 bill. The guy sat in the tractor while he started. He said, "Don't touch anything."
Tyler, was that you?
No.
Jerry Thompson.
No. Jerry? Yeah, I would have.
Was it Jerry?
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy. Jerry paid $100 to start.
No. Jerry got paid $100.
Yeah, I know.
He probably gave it back and didn't know it, but
I'd say he bought 3 cases of beer and went on with his life.
Yeah.
It was probably his $100 to begin with.
Yeah,
it was probably 2001. He may have got 4 cases of beer. I don't know.
Oh yeah, beer was cheaper then.
Yeah. You know shit. Oh boy.
What's a case of beer cost in Texas?
We bought about a 30-pack.
How much?
$22 for a 30-pack of Busch
There you
Light.
go. You're not drinking Shiner Bock?
No.
Not Shiner. We drink a little Shiner.
Shiner Light, maybe.
Yeah, Shiner Bock's kind of heavy.
Busch Light, little Shiner.
Yeah.
Busch Light, little Shiner, and whiskey.
You mix them?
all together.
Well, depending on how this
Oh,
goes.
okay. Oh, yeah. So if you guys had to pull in a class, except for the classes that you pull in, what would your first choices be?
4-1 for me. That'd be interesting.
Okay. Donald?
I guess I would have to
Duh.
say, no, I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you go first.
I haven't driven one of the mods, so I would say either the mod or like a mini rod where it's like a big mod.
Atta girl.
Are
answer,
you,
good answer.
so you have one open? Are you not gonna like drive one of them? Maybe, possibly.
Maybe.
Yeah, Dad always says bullwhip's easier to handle than, well, I don't know. The new tractor wasn't built at the time, but then twisted whip. So
someday maybe.
maybe.
Yeah.
It won't be in
work on it,
2025. I'll tell you that.
Mods at a mod. I'm out of mods. I'm 4 for 4 on blower belt, so I'm out. I ain't driving a mod again.
Okay.
What about
Donald,
Donald?
do you have
What
a
would your
choice?
be?
Well, for sure, unlimited mods, but that's still my same tractors. But after that, I would probably go to unlimited alcohol super because I'm familiar with that motor combination. But that'd be interesting.
It's a good answer. Have you ever thought about dumping 4 or 5 Hemis on one chassis and heading to Bowling Green to play?
That hadn't crossed my mind yet.
Is that right?
We're looking to keep two going.
He's still got a
If
little
we
sense
get
to
two-
him.
If we get 2 motors going, that's great.
He ain't
Oh,
lost his mind yet.
We can still come to Bowling Green with 2 motors, you know.
We got 4 motors going on, but just 2 different tractors.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That's probably easier on tires that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. One tractor with 4 engines, 1 set of tires to take care of. 3 mods with 3 sets of tires and 5 engines is still a lot.
Can we get a mini rod in the stable somewhere?
No.
No.
Well, yeah, maybe, but that doesn't fit our schedule very well. You know, we do a lot of traveling already, so
We can just fit it in when it goes.
Well, at one
Yeah,
point in time, was there ever a question about Outlaw bringing on a mini class?
they did for 1 year, and then it went away.
I think Zyjex bought a mini rod, and I don't know if they ever, I never really got to see what happened with that. Didn't they buy it from you, Tyler?
Yeah, they bought it from us. Brent Sullivan came up here and picked it up and brought it down to Cole, and I don't think Cole ever ran it.
No, they did.
No,
they did.
The class went away the following year, so he never finished it.
That's a shame.
What the hell?
Yeah.
It's a shame.
So
Well, what do you think, guys? Should we wrap it up?
Oh, we can. You guys have been great. It's been great hearing some stories from you guys. You have any questions for us?
Yeah.
you have any questions?
Adam, just curiosity. I don't know if you can't spill the beans, but that third motor of Burns, is it backwards or we facing?
You know, it was kind of funny. We had a little conversation about this, and some people that know this band will know. Whatever Tim Engler decides to do on that thing is what's going to happen. I have my own theories. I'm just going to say. It will be interesting to see. I think it all depends on my way that I think I would put it on there after looking at like maybe the tractors like Donald himself has, and the way they put the gearbox and they space the gearbox back from the bell housings and stuff. Yes, I think the closer you get the gearbox to the rear end, the better the chassis works. My opinion only.
Yeah.
Now, is it heavier? Yes. So if I was going to guess on Tim's side, and I'm not talking for him, but I'm going to say that they would flip the engine around backwards to get more front end weight, but I don't necessarily know that that's the right idea. But who do I know? I've never owned a multi-engine tractor, so I'm not quite sure how it will be set. I have an idea in my mind. It'll be one way or the other. Either
Correct,
the third
yeah.
engine will be elevated backwards, or it'll be up, and the bell housing will be facing the driver. So
It'll be
my
one
opinion.
way or the other.
I was asking Don. I was asking Don that the other day. I mean, he's one of the first we've seen with that setup that actually made it work. You know, he's ran hard all summer, and it's quite interesting. I asked him the other day. I was like, I wonder if it's gonna be a reverse motor or how they make that setup work. But
No, it'll be running forwards no matter what way. I just think it's how they mount it. Sometimes if you look, they'll the drop, like if you look at like Bauer's tractor and Wayne's tractor, the way they've incorporated that fifth drop box, as they call the one that runs off the cross box that he runs. They could put it on the front or the back of the cross box, or they can space it away from it. So there's kind of like three options that you can do there to make it work. It's just honestly how that they want to do it for weight distribution. I have my own theories, but what do I know? I'm a mini rod puller, and that's all I've ever pulled. So I kind of keep shut on that.
Yeah.
but a good mini rod driver at that.
Well, I mean, if not, I need to quit. But
Wow.
we'll see.
No.
We'll see how it works. But
No,
that's a good question. I'm honestly interested to see it work, and I know people get the feathers ruffled about who gets accepted to Louisville and who doesn't. I know that tractor has never ran with 3 engines on it, so it kind of stirs up the pot a little bit. But you know what? I think it's good to see a little mixture in there, and we'll find out really quick if he'll be back or not.
Well, no, and I agree on that. I mean, if you take the same, few that run, you can go different ways about it, but it's always nice to see a couple different ones in there and just.
Well, Cameron, I mean, they took a gamble on him, and he spit on there. He he ran really good there.
Kicked ass.
Yeah, he kicked ass. I mean, he and even down there for the truck show deal, I mean, he did really good. So, maybe it's just the thing about the sport. No practice. I mean, the guy's given the opportunity. You're kind of throwing everything out there to begin with. I'm sure they're going to put a really good piece on the track, and it will be competitive. But I'm excited to see it, honestly. And I like how they kind of mix things up a little bit. Maybe since they don't pull mini rods there, I'm kind of judgmental on it. But I think everybody knows that it's kind of difficult to get into that pool no matter what class you're in, unless maybe it's a pro stock because they pull every night. But Louisville is quite interesting.
So, question for you and Adam and Tyler. You mentioned a truck show. Is that going to be a deal this year? They hear any word on that?
I'm not going to say that I know anything because I don't. So maybe you should ask Chase. And
Chase would know.
Chase would know. Chase is in so much more in the know than any of us peons are.
Guess I got to get some bull nuts and some chicken. Fried chicken.
I guess the Rocky Mountain oysters made him sick enough he didn't want to come on here tonight.
No, next morning he was walking around pretty good. So
cock on the walk, as they say. Huh?
Right. Yeah, exactly. You probably say that.
Yeah. Right.
Did you guys were you warned or did you prep for a segment called 2 Truths and 1 Lie?
No.
No.
Told him.
You told
a little
him?
bit, but we a little bit. But
you need to be prepared.
He told me, but I'm not good at that.
You're not good at that? Is Mindy prepared then?
Mindy, we'll let Mindy take it over from here.
All right. It's all you. It's 2 truths and 1 lie. You got to say 3 statements, and it's up to us to decide which one is the lie. Take it away.
Okay. I had to write some down because I was like, I don't know what to say. I got to be like straight face when I say them all.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let's see which ones I'm going to pick. Okay. I'm musically inclined. I have a birthmark the length of my arm, or I've torn my ACL twice.
I'm going to say definitely a truth is the ACL because of the sports.
I would agree.
I'm the same.
But you got to figure out which one's the lie. It's 2 truths and 1 lie. I'm going to say you're not musically inclined.
I'm gonna say you don't have that birthmark you're bragging about.
Okay, let's say she does have the birthmark. She may not be musically inclined, but can tear up some karaoke.
Oh, we didn't talk about that.
What's your pick, Adam?
No, I could not. I do not know a lick of music. Don't put it in front of
Oh,
me.
damn
Don't
it.
give me a
Sing
mic.
like a little song. Hold on,
No,
just sing
oh,
like a
I know.
little song real quick.
Absolutely not.
Just like a little song.
I get asked all the time, gun to the head, karaoke song, and I'm like, I don't know. I would
No
die.
karaoke for you.
Sing
No.
it.
No.
You've
I
never
got ran
sung
out of the bar
karaoke?
because me and my buddy tried to sing Old Town Road one time in a bar, and I'm pretty sure we almost got shot.
I would say like a group karaoke. Oh yeah, because I'm not gonna be solo.
She's not
I don't have
holding
the mic. I'll be in the background. I'm not a
All
good
right,
dancer.
Tyler, go to
start
karaoke song.
it. Start the karaoke song.
No.
She comes in.
All right,
No.
at Bowling Green, we'll do a little Kid Rock Sheryl Crow picture duet. We'll nail it.
Tyler
Jeff-
loves karaoke.
I love karaoke. It's a good time for sure.
I do enjoy a good karaoke bar, but I won't be.
You'll be taking it in, not singing, huh?
Correct.
Fair enough. All right, nobody else prepped for Two Truths, One Lie? That wasn't so hard, was it?
We've been in the shop working on things, so Mindy kind of.
That's a lie. That's the lie. I've seen it.
That's the lie.
There you go. Well, I can actually turn the camera around. You can really see what's going on in here.
Yeah, I see a lie. Yeah.
You gonna give us a quick show? You gonna quick turn the camera around?
Oh well, I can.
unplug it.
I don't
You
know.
can
Let me-
unplug it.
Can I unplug it?
Mhm.
So this is all freshly done. This is no lie. So you got them cats,
I fucking love it. Get
and
it out.
you go slowly this way. Future office, restroom.
It's a new unit.
Where?
The whole shop.
Yeah, the whole shop's a new unit. So
Good.
naked tractor, and then a few more things done to that. You got a lot more to do over there, and yeah, that's going to be the work area. And
It looks like you guys got a pretty good lugs there in the floor for a pretty nice sized crane to go in there.
correct,
I was guessing.
yeah. So our plan is going to have a crane pivot, wheeling a tractor or two wheeler here, and pick the motor up, swing it around on a table over there, and go from there. And then just the newer mod. So,
It's only got 2 runs on it. Nobody's got to work on that thing.
well, you see the hat off already. So,
Oh, do you? Oh,
and we're just slowly just making progress. This is all new to us, and we're still waiting for a name for the new tractor.
anything that
beautiful
you guys
looking
have in
facility.
mind that you want to release?
There
Or
are suggestions on that.
Open mic on name for the tractor. Go ahead.
Hey,
Tyler
so our
first.
team is really good at naming stuff.
Yeah.
If you want me to name it,
UD
I can
Yeah.
come up with something.
Is it backwards? You got it? There it is.
If I was
So,
going to guess, if it come from the UD Motorsports stable, that bullwhip would be something sexual.
Yeah.
two engine, right?
Yeah.
The new one. So we
Yeah,
already took
it's-
that.
It's 2 engine, but can set up for 3, just like Cameron's.
All right, so Chase named ours tag team, but I would say double penetration is a good one.
Yeah, we know what Chase names his shit.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not Chase. I named both of them.
Tag team. Yeah, I like
Tag
that.
team.
That's cool.
Tag team's good, but double penetration is.
So if it's set up just like Cameron's, then that means at some point in time there might be a third engine goes in there, right?
So you want to know?
Yes.
You talk about truth and facts. Facts. The chassis on the new one's identical to the bullwhip. It's twins.
Joe Ader built that
Gotcha.
in 2005.
Okay.
How many runs that chassis originally?
The chassis only ran Outlaws for 2 seasons, and then it got parked in the barn. So it's an old chassis, but it doesn't have a lot of runs on it. So it's
If tractor
Yeah,
pulling has taught me anything, it's that 2 identical tractors will act completely different. So good luck with that.
Well, that's
No
two
shit.
different information.
Yeah, I guess we'll find that out soon enough. Yeah.
Ooh, we got David Hunt checking in with the name Bull Nuts. That's not bad.
Bull nuts.
Ooh.
Rocky Mountain Bull Nuts.
I like it.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
That's another one that's going to be a good one at Louisville. He'll be there. Well, John, at least. Last year, he had a good run there.
Yep.
He could chime in on the casino experience.
He did earlier.
Yeah,
Did
Oh,
he
he
have
did?
some good luck?
partner.
What's that?
David is.
Did he have some good luck?
Yeah, David is a good.
Put it this
casino
way.
partner.
I walked away to go to the restroom. I come back, and I see three guys smiling, three grown-ass men. Donald, David, and Cameron. They're standing in front of a machine, hit $10,000 on the way to Louisville.
All right, CJ, that's enough of this shit. We're gonna have to go down there.
We got to go. We got to go fucking win some money somewhere.
West Memphis is on Super Bowl night. That's
Yeah.
where we stop at.
I'll be honest. I think Adam's a fucking loser. That's why. Like, I would have won some fucking money, but Adam sucks so fucking bad
Yeah,
that it's
yeah.
like it's not there.
The most money I ever won was $4,000 on a craps table, and
Damn.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's
The
That's
most
pretty
money
good
I
for a
ever
trip.
won is I lost $160 on it.
On one roll.
Yeah, on one roll.
You probably drink them dry, though, CJ.
God damn it! I get my beer.
Yeah, except
Yeah.
if he goes to the casinos in Indiana, you still have to buy the alcohol to lose money.
You
No,
have to do that in Oklahoma too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, that's good because otherwise I'd walk in there, I'd lose $1,000 and be like, shit, I got to drink $1,000 worth of beer so I can leave with a clear conscience.
Oh, you stay in Louisiana then. You go to Louisiana, you get free alcohol.
Yeah.
24 hours.
I love it.
24 hours free alcohol, Louisiana, 3 hours from here.
It's good to know. That's a hot tip for any of our listeners out there passing through.
I'll go out there.
Well, we've really enjoyed it tonight, guys. Thank you for really opening up and kind of telling us a little bit about any big plans for 2025 where we can keep up with you. You guys, Facebook page, any TikToks or anything that we can keep up with you guys.
The Facebook mainly is the best way to get a hold of us. If it's TikTok, it's coming from me and it ain't good, so don't look it up.
Okay.
No, we expect some hot karaoke TikToks.
Yeah, we need a content manager, but we can't afford that. We're still waiting on the sponsorship, so.
Yeah, I think
All
we're
right,
all in the
check.
same boat. We're all too busy working to actually do the stuff that kind of matters the most.
Chase will get you there. Call
Yeah,
him.
I mean, social media has definitely grown from when obviously we started. But yep, I mean,
We accidentally threw that Powerball ticket away, so it just ranked it.
I hear
Yeah, I hear you. Well, what's the name of the Facebook page?
just Bullwhip Motorsports.
All right.
Texas.
Yeah, Texas Bullwhip Motorsports, I think is actually what it is.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, we can't thank you enough for coming on and giving us your time and telling us some stories. It's been fun, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it.
we appreciate it. Thank y'all for what y'all do.
Until Chase,
absolutely.
next time, you got to chime in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a loser. What are we going to do with him,
Kid's got
Well-
a problem.
Yeah.
It won't be long. We'll have a drink together.
We'll see him too.
Problem.
Maybe at Stooges we'll see him or something like that.
Oh, you'll
Yeah,
see.
well-
He's not going to not be seen in Louisville. I've seen him at Stooges in a fire suit at Stooges.
I don't want to know much more about that, Adam.
Yeah, he told the girl behind him because he was wearing the fire suit. He told the girl behind him, he's like, "Yeah, I just come from the truck show. I won $25,000." And she looked at him. She goes, "That's it."
She must have came from Godfathers.
Yeah, probably.
I love it.
Shit.
Well, we'll have to catch up at Louisville and have a few cold ones and hear about your new casino luck when you're on your way there.
Right on.
All right.
Yeah, that might be interesting.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks again, guys. Really enjoyed it. Keep up with these guys on
Enjoyed as
Facebook. Hopefully, we'll get
Cheers.
some more outlaw events and get to hang out with you guys. So thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
That was great. I got to dust out my wedding cowboy hat after Donald was throwing his up all night.
It's a nice.
Yeah, I think the best question of the night goes to CJ. Where you get a hat like that?
Well, I mean, I ain't got no goddamn hat.
This one actually is finally starting to fit my head. I got it as a gift a long time ago.
Yeah. Hey, it looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you should wear that all summer. For our audio only listeners,
Like all the time.
Yeah, for our audio only listeners that aren't watching this, Mr. Donald had a very nice cowboy hat on, and Adam about halfway through quick left and threw one on as well. So
Yep.
CJ and I are feeling pretty left out, to say the least.
They put you in the mood, right? I mean,
Hold on.
it takes to me it takes a lot of I don't know, I guess it's a little bit more common now to see guys with like mustaches and like really repping the oh boy.
Oh man, you guys are making me feel left out.
That's a good one there, CJ. That's a nice one. NHRA, who'd you steal that from?
I got it at Indy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I could only wonder what Tyler's coming back with.
I hope it's like I don't know. I don't.
Oh, I guarantee I'm
excited.
It's probably exactly.
Oh,
That's all I got.
Oh, it looks
right.
good.
It's very. I think you get to America. You wear that when you wear your Tyler. Are we still rocking the American flag Crocs, or have you got new ones? Or are you still?
I'm wearing them right now.
Hell yeah! They look a little faded. Before long, they're just going to be white Crocs.
I wear these things all the time.
He does. If you don't know Tyler and you come up to a pole, he's probably got the American flag Crocs on.
I've only had one pair. Still rocking them.
Yep.
Well, gentlemen, we're coming up on 2 hours and 7 minutes. What do you think? Was that so bad, CJ?
It wasn't bad.
Well, we just got to get him in the groove, get him loosened up a little bit more, and who knows? Maybe Chase is trying to pawn this off on you. You might have to just become a weekly guest while he just does other things.
He's busy.
He's busy. Yeah. Well, he lives a busy life.
He's in a lot of meetings. Well, what do you think, gentlemen? Should we wrap it?
Wrap it.
We can.
Let's do it. CJ, thanks for joining us. Everybody, thanks for listening.
Ain't it?
Cheers to episode 32 of the No Practice Podcast.
Peace.
That's a wrap.
Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the No Practice Podcast.
Have a good one. Bye.
Stay tuned for the next episode, where we guarantee there still won't be any practice.